I bet you didn't know these creepy facts that'll probably make you uncomfortable. There are at least 6 people out there that look exactly like you. And there's a 9% chance that you'll meet one of them in your lifetime. The author of Frankenstein, Mary Shelley, kept her deceased husband's heart for almost 30 years, until she died in 1851. A year later, his heart was found in a desk drawer, wrapped in a copy of one of his last poems. A book of spells written in the 1500s details how you can actually summon the nun, who is actually a demon named Valak. In the 1930s, a baby fell from a very high up window and landed on a man walking down the street below. Both the baby and the man survived. A year later, that same baby fell from that same window and landed on the same man. Again, they both survived. Dorothy Killigan, a panelist on the hit TV show What's My Line, died under mysterious circumstances while investigating the JFK assassination. Shortly before she died, she was quoted telling a friend, "I'm going to break the real story and have the biggest scoop of the century. If you can't get enough of true crime and horror, you should go follow my boyfriend. That way you can have double the true crime and double the horror." He's tagged right here. I bet you didn't know about Travis Berkeley. This is another case from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was jailed for 6 counts of felony murder and currently has a $1 million bond set. January 23rd, 6 bodies were found in a home. 2 of the victims being Donta Williams and his wife Michelle. Donta had been selling K2 from his home and had just been on Facebook Live showing that he had made $16,000 just several days before his body was found. Travis went to Donta's homes with intentions of robbing him, but when Donta's wife, Michelle, attacked Travis, he shot her. Travis claims that his cousin was with him at the time. So after shooting Michelle, they murdered Donta and then the 4 other people in the home to get rid of any witnesses. They were led to Travis through a mysterious 911 call. The woman who called claimed that she was a victim of the shooting and that multiple people were shot. She gave the correct house number but the wrong street. Instead, she gave one 3 blocks away. Police tracked the 911 call to Travis's home. One of the women there said that Travis had told her to call the police and instructed her on what to say. While searching Travis's home, they found a selfie of him posing while wearing Donta's glasses, and the selfie was taken in the basement where the bodies were found. Travis is facing up to 330 years in prison if he is convicted. So I bet you didn't know, because I didn't know until like 10 minutes ago, that Morbid Podcast just talked about me on their podcast. So one of my followers had told me that they had mentioned me in their podcast, so I immediately went to go check it out. And I appreciate the really nice things that they said about me. And they touched base on my most recent viral TikTok, where I talk about how 250 sarcophagi have been unearthed in Egypt. And they have about the same feelings as I do about it, where they're like, yeah, put it back. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Morbid Podcast. Both of them have been in the true crime game for quite a while, so it's really cool to see them mention me, especially by name, and then plug my podcast, which I greatly appreciate. So I just wanted to return the favor and say, hey, if y'all haven't checked out Morbid Podcast, go check them out. Go follow them on TikTok. I'm tagging them in this video. They are another brilliant true crime podcast and brilliant true crime creators. They've definitely got a fan out of me and my boyfriend now. So I just wanted to give them a shout out, say thank you. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. And I've got mad respect for what you ladies are doing. I bet you didn't know these creepy facts that'll probably make you uncomfortable. In 1979, 16-year-old Brenda Spencer injured 8 students, 1 police officer, murdered her principal, and a custodian, all in a 15-minute span just because she said, "I hate Mondays." A tradition for rural Florida hog hunters. When their dog is killed during the hunt for a hog, they then have the dog and the hog mounted together, leaving them both permanently locked in battle. A journalist in Syria took this photo. This little girl is only 4 years old, yet she is holding her hands up in surrender because she thought the camera that the journalist was using was actually a gun. In the original version of Little Red Riding Hood, the little girl and the wolf eat her grandmother together. The lion used in the original MGM logo killed its trainer and 2 assistants the day after they filmed the logo.